everybody, and welcome back to another session. Today, we're going to be talking about the Apple Wallet app and all of the different financial services that Apple has to offer. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share video of my phone screen, and we're going to go through and we're going to talk about all the different things that the Apple Wallet app has to offer. So you guys all have the Apple Wallet app on your phones. It looks like a little credit card holder. It's a black icon. You can see mine is on the second row of apps here. And if we open that guy up, you can see that there's two main sections to this app. The top is going to be our payments, and the bottom is going to be our passes. So if you've been around Apple products for a long time, you might remember that this app actually used to be called Passbook. That was the original functionality for this application. And pretty much what it allowed you to do was keep virtual copies of tickets to things. So you can see mine's a little bit out of control. You can see all the flights I've been going on lately. But I've got boarding passes. I've got a little QR code to pick up my new iPhone that I had last year. I've got movie tickets back when movie theaters were still open, all different types of stuff. We got football tickets, even train tickets from when I was in Europe. So this is a very helpful functionality, and it's been around for a long time, which is just the concept of keeping virtual tickets on your phone. The process to get a pass into the wallet app, or like the boarding passes and everything that I have, is to initiate the process to get to the point where that ticket shows up. So in that, an example that would be checking into your flight on Southwest. You want to do that functionality on your phone. So you want to have the Southwest app downloaded. You want to go through the check-in process, and at the very end, it'll give you a little button that says add to wallet. And if you press on that, it will add the pass into wallet for you. Another example would be buying a movie ticket. You would want to do that on your phone. At the very end, it'll give you the option to add it to a wallet. It can be tricky because if you buy the plane ticket or you buy the movie ticket on your computer or on some other device, there isn't a super easy way to get it onto your phone, get that pass on your phone from another device. So I do recommend, if you do want to be using the virtual ticket functionality, go ahead and do the process on your phone, get the app, whatever it takes. And then once it's in there, it's very easy to use. Your phone will actually use location data to decide when it's time for you to be using that pass. As an example, if you have a boarding pass on your phone, once you get to the airport, it'll recognize that you're there, and on your lock screen of your phone, it'll start to suggest for you to use that pass. And so all you have to do is just swipe right there. It makes it super easy right when you're boarding the plane or going through TSA. You don't have to go into the wallet app and search around. Your phone knows that it's time to be using that pass. And it's literally a 1-second swipe across your screen and it'll pop up for you. So I don't want you to be nervous about, not being able to find your ticket once it's in there. They make it easy for you. So that part of the wallet app, I really recommend everybody uses, because it's way better. The only drawback is, of course, you'll have to have your phone battery charged in order to have access to your ticket. So if you're going on a long trip, maybe you want to have a paper one as a backup just in case your phone dies. But other than that, it's a great functionality. Now let's talk about the other function of the wallet app, which are the payments. So you can see at the top of my screen, in the top portion, there's 3 cards set up there. Top one is the Apple Card, the middle one is Apple Cash, and the bottom one is a personal credit card that I have. And those 3 things are the 3 different types of payment functionality that Apple has to offer. Now, starting with the bottom one, where you can see my personal American Express credit card in there, that is the first functionality that Apple introduced, which was adding in your own personal credit card to be used for digital payments. Now, a few years ago, I didn't recommend people do this just because the security wasn't that great. For a time, right when the technology first came out, an experienced hacker could actually extract your credit card information off of your phone as if they just got within 5 feet of you. However, Apple got in trouble for that. They've really ramped up their security, and now it is something that I recommend people use. To what capacity you use it is up to you. What I like to do is, just because not all places accept mobile payments like Apple Pay as of right now, I don't think that it really works to rely solely on this as your credit card. I still carry my credit card with me, and I actually use my physical credit card as my primary payment method right now, but I have my credit card set up in here as a backup. So let's say I forgot my wallet or something like that. It's nice to have a credit card set up in here, because that will continue to work for you. So I do recommend that everyone get at least one personal credit card set up in your wallet. And the way you can do that is actually just by pressing the little black and white plus button in the top right corner. And the whole process only takes a few minutes. You just have to take a picture of your card. It'll read the credit card numbers right off there for you. And then sometimes you have to do a little authentication, a two-step authentication with your bank to authorize the credit card to be let in. And sometimes it's just logging into your online banking account. Once it's in, it's ready to use. All you have to do to use it is when it's time for you to, when you would be inserting your credit card or swiping it when you're checking out at any store or restaurant, what you'll do is you'll actually hover your phone over the credit card reader and you'll double click the power button on your phone, which will bring up all of your credit cards. If you've got multiple, it'll allow you to select which one you want to pay with. If you don't have multiple, it'll just have your credit card ready to go. And all you have to do is just hover that over the credit card reader, and the whole process only takes a few seconds. So I definitely recommend everybody get it set up because it does make things a lot easier. However, I personally don't think that it's necessarily a replacement for the physical credit card yet. I think in the next few years, once pretty much every store, restaurant can accept wireless payments, it will be a great option. But for now, I'm not at the point where I'm recommending you leave your physical credit card at home. So I do recommend everyone get at least one personal credit card in there. Now let's talk about Apple specific payment methods. You can see there's two on my screen right now. And let's talk about the Apple Card first. So Apple Card is relatively new. Just came out about a year and a half ago. And it works like any other credit card as far as the application process goes. You initiate the application process from the wallet app. So if you don't have an Apple Card already, you should see a little prompt at the top of your screen that says, are you interested in Apple Card? You go through just like any other credit card, answer some questions, see if you get approved. Once you do get approved, it will add straight into the app for you. So it'll look just like mine. And when I click on it, you can see it'll give me a full overview of the card. I don't use my Apple Card that much just because my other credit card gives a little bit better cash back. This Apple Card, I believe, is I think 1.5% cash back on everything. The only time I do recommend you use your Apple Card over another credit card, however, is when you're purchasing Apple products. So they give 3% cash back on Apple products, and that can be physical products or just even like your iCloud subscription, and you get good cash back from that. So as an overview of the Apple Card, it works like any other credit card in most ways. It adds digitally onto your phone like this, but they'll also send you a really nice physical titanium card. But the weird part, the interesting part that makes it different than other cards is that it doesn't have credit card numbers. And they do this for the sake of security, and it actually is a lot more secure. You can't really get your credit card stolen if you have an Apple Card. They just continuously change the numbers. So they'll every time you make a purchase, your credit card numbers change. Even though and that sounds confusing, but they have a way to always link it back to you. So it's very, very secure. So as far as security goes, this is the best card on the market. As far as cashback goes, it's still pretty good. The way they do their cashback is instead of letting it accrue over a month period, say, they'll actually give you your daily cash. You can see on the screen right here, it says daily cash. They'll credit that back to you the day that it happens. So if I buy something for $100, they'll credit my account $1.50 that day. This is your management portal for the card as a whole. This is how you can set up auto pay, and it's all just by going through. I can press on these little dots in the top corner, and we can go through, schedule the payments. You can see here, and you just link it up to a bank account. You can see card information, credit limit, all this stuff. And then on here, as you scroll through the overview, it'll show you your activities. So if you end up using this as your primary card, it'll show you what you're spending, where you're spending. It is all very seamlessly built in. So it's a great card, security-wise, cashback-wise, ease of use-wise, it all works great. So as far as any credit card goes, I do recommend this one. However, do I recommend it so much that I'd say, all right, everybody needs to get an Apple Card? Not necessarily. It really doesn't add that much value as opposed to a different credit card. aside from the fact that it's cool because it has the Apple logo on it. It is great if you do a lot of purchasing at Apple. You won't really get better cash back anywhere else. But other than that, it is just another credit card. It works seamlessly with your phone, but you can add pretty much any credit card into your wallet app. So as far as that goes, it's not that different. But if you are in the market for a new credit card, this is a great one. I do recommend it. I use it myself a little bit. And if you have the credit to get it, you might as well have it laying around as another option. So the Apple Card's great. If you guys have more specific questions on the Apple Card, feel free to reach out to me and I'd be happy to take you through it because I am a user of it personally. But just as a basic overview, it's very secure. It's got good rewards as far as cashback goes. Super safe to use, but it's not necessarily something that you need to sit down right this minute and sign up for. I think it's a great tool, but it's not a necessity. So that's the overview of the Apple Card. Now let's talk about the only other financial service that Apple has, which is called Apple Cash. So if you guys are familiar with Venmo or Zelle from your bank, those are ways to send digital payments. So essentially, just app to app, person to person, you can send cash. And Apple has decided to get into that market as well with Apple Cash. And so you can see that's my second thing right here. And pretty much this is just a way to send money to people, send or receive money. And it's very easy to use. It's actually through the Messages app. So if I wanted to send my mom some money, all I'd have to go is go into my messages just like this. And then I can press on Apple Pay right here, choose how much money I want to send, and then press pay. The reverse also works where I could say request and request money from someone, and they can fulfill that straight from the Messages app. Now, my personal opinion on Apple Cash is that it's about the same as other payment platforms like Venmo. And I still prefer Venmo mostly because it's not an Apple specific thing. So if you needed to pay someone who didn't have an iPhone, Venmo works for that, where Apple Cash does not. Um, but you might have had payment as soon as you get your wallet set up, Apple Cash exists. So it's not really an option for you. You get signed up for it. And so what my recommendation is, go into your wallet app, click on cash. It should be just the second option or the first if you don't have any other cards set up, and see if you have any money in there. That's always something I do that with my clients sometimes because sometimes you've been paid and you don't even know that. But it's good to click on this, check on it every now and then. It will give you pretty much an overall feeling. It'll give you a history, transaction history that you can scroll through and see where that money's coming from, everything like that. What I would do is I wouldn't necessarily leave cash in here. You can see I've got $33 in it just because I've been lazy. What I would recommend you do is put that money, transfer it back to your bank pretty regularly. And you can do that just by pressing on these three dots in the top corner and then pressing on transfer to bank. And if you have a bank account set up, for instance, for your Apple Card, it'll go straight to your bank. If you don't have it set up already, it'll just prompt you to enter in your routing and account numbers on this screen. And this will just give you other information about it. You can technically come in here and turn off Apple Cash if you want to. I wouldn't really necessarily recommend doing that. It is a good tool to have. Some people really love Apple Cash, and it is a great service. So I recommend that everyone has it set up at least to send and receive money because you never know when you'll need to use it. But so overview of Apple Cash, it's a good service. It's another thing that's in the wallet app. However, my personal favorite is still Venmo just because of its versatility. And if you guys, Venmo is similar. If you're not familiar with it, it's just an app that you can get on your phone. You get it set up with a debit card or a bank account. And just like Apple Cash, you can send and receive money to people. However, you can send it to any type of device, not just an iPhone. So hopefully that explains a little bit about Apple Card and Apple Cash and the overall, my feelings on the Wallet app. I think it's a great app. I think if you're not using it to its fullest extent, you definitely should use it because I am a big fan of it. It's one of my favorite apps on the phone because it can just make things very easy to use. It makes using your phone a lot easier, in my opinion. So definitely, I would recommend everyone. Your action steps are get a credit card set up. It doesn't have to be an Apple card, but if you are in the market for a new card, the Apple card's good. Check on your cash balances and make sure that you have a bank account set up that you can withdraw your cash to if you needed to. And then just familiarize yourself with adding passes to wallet. That's something that you might have to wait for your next flight or something like that to see it. But start using it, because that's something that it makes travel and picking up new phones or going to the movies a lot easier if you just have it right on your phone ready to go. So it's all great stuff. It's a great app from Apple. Hopefully that answered most of you guys' questions as far as these services go. Of course, if you have any more questions, feel free to contact me. My email address is max@itkid.co. My phone number you can reach me at is 925-482-5488. And I'd be happy to answer any quick questions you guys or longer questions you guys have about any of these services. So I'll be back with another session soon. We'll talk about some other stuff, but hopefully this was informative and helpful for you guys. And I will see you guys in the next one.